You're outside the nicest restaurant in town, but you won't be going in to dine. Instead, you'll be in the back digging through the dumpsters for the scraps that the paying customers discard. You pick up a newspaper from the day-old recycling and wrap yourself in it as you sleep on a park bench or in the alley. All of your worldly possessions are in a bag that you cling to tighter than Fort Knox gold. You are homeless. Those who walk by you look at you with fear or repulsion, if they look at you at all. They tell themselves their own story as to why you are homeless. Drugs, laziness, criminal, perhaps just a deadbeat. But what if one person looked at you with compassion? What if one person looked at you and treated you as if you were a human being? Now, I am not homeless. I have never been homeless. But I can tell you that volunteering just one time at a shelter made all the difference in the world for me. It led to another day of volunteering and another. The biggest impact it had on me was a preschool in New Mexico, where I looked at little preschoolers' dark, beautiful eyes, knowing that they and their families would be spending the night on a park bench or in the alley. It was almost more than I could take. It shouldn't have to be this way, not in the greatest, richest country in the world. My intention today is to help you see beyond the stereotypes of the homeless and really think about the ways that you can make a difference. According to the National Coalition for the Homeless, the exact number of the homeless population is difficult to define. It would make sense to just count the number of people in the shelters and on the streets, but that's not an exact science. In 2011, the National Alliance to End Homelessness estimated that over 636,000 people in the United States alone were homeless, but this was a conservative estimate. Now, not everyone who is homeless is because they are a bum on the street. If they're old, young, male, female, veterans, and families, homelessness doesn't discriminate. Economics and demographics are not factors. From the richest countries and the richest cities to the poorest counties, there are homeless people. A failing job market can force families out onto the street because they can't afford the mortgage. Veterans return from deployment and have serious issues with post-traumatic stress disorder and can't find a job. Teenagers who were abused, neglected, or just misguided separate from their families. There are ways to end this epidemic. A doctor's goal to end an illness is not to just alleviate the symptoms. They fix the disease, and that's what we need to do. The first step is to get out of our own way and look past the stereotypes of the homeless people. The majority of the homeless just need a base to stand on, something to support themselves to start again. Small steps could lead to huge leaps in eradicating the causes of homelessness. Food, shelter, finances, and friendships are the keys to changing someone's life. E-contributor eHow contributor Spencer Hendricks describes a simple, effective approach to managing these four keys. Donate food to a food pantry or to a soup kitchen, or help serve. I know a lot of people volunteer their time during the holidays, but people are just as hungry in May as they are in November. You can donate blankets, pillows, toiletries, and your time to a mission or a shelter. Families need diapers for babies and clothing and shoes for little ones that grow so fast. Sometimes a shower, a toothbrush, and a clean shirt can be all it takes to give a man the confidence he needs to try a job interview. While giving money is a great help, giving cash to an individual is not encouraged. It's very likely they are not going to use it to improve their situation on the streets. The biggest key is the last one: friendship. Talk. Ask questions. Listen to them. Really let them tell you their story without judgment or shame. Treat them with kindness and compassion. It's amazing how quickly someone can believe in themselves if they think someone else believes in them too. The nights can be cold and lonely and frightening if you're sleeping on a bench or in an alley. There's no one to talk to and no one you can trust. But what if one person could make the difference? What if just one person could be the difference between hope and hopelessness? You could be that person. In closing, I have tried to show you that the homeless are so much more than just the out of work bum or the drug addict. I have also tried to explain ways that you can donate your time, money, and resources to shelters, missions, churches, and food banks. You can talk, smile, laugh, listen, and educate. Simple things that you do with people every single day of your life. A gentleman named Bill Wilson once said, "To the world, you may be only one person, but to one person, you may be the world."